George Kilpatrick, inspiration for the nation, celebrating people we feel good about. Jamar Clarke is the executive director of the Upstate Minority Economic Alliance. UMEA, it's time for Jamar to spill the tea. What's the tea?
What's up, George? How you doing, man? I
Very
hope your
good, very
day is
good.
well.
Good, good, good. Good to see you the other night.
Yes, man. I've been seeing a lot of you and a lot of mutual places and good places to be, and I'm happy to be there with you. That's for sure.
We out in these streets.
Yes. Yes.
So, what's the tea?
Man, I got a ton of tea. So there's a ton of what's getting ready to drop. There's a ton of workforce development and economic development getting ready to hit the streets, right? So all that stuff right now is in play. I know we've heard it before, but now more than ever, the quality of it is really there. It's coming to surface. A lot of what's going on right now, especially with, the current administration that we have. If anything, it has pushed us to think outside the box a little bit and really, really take seriously what collaboration is about, and that's what I'm seeing from plenty of organizations, from the state, from the city. And it's just good to see because everyone's serious about continuing to do the work. We may have to choose a different path, but I'm in a several conversations right now with funding that's getting ready to spill out, opportunities that are getting ready to spill out, and not just from a construction side, right? So there's a lot of excitement about construction, but you talk about marketing individuals like yourself, we talk about service individuals, we're talking retail, accounting, real estate agents, like all that jazz. So there's a lot to be excited about right now, and that's no BS. It's coming and it's about to unfold real quick.
Yeah, and it's a time that people really need to. What do people need to be thinking about doing, preparing? How do you suggest they use this tea particularly?
Yeah, so I think. So I bring it back to pandemic days, right? As an entrepreneur, it forced us to think outside the box. It forced you to be evolve. It forced you to be innovative. Like think of different ways to build revenue streams, to just make things happen than what you're traditionally used to. And that's what we're in that same time right now, right? So when I say collaboration, it's if you just have a little bit more of an open mind with working with other individuals or other organizations, you're going to see that's going to allow you to take a bigger step moving forward, right? So we're not going to be in a standstill. We're not going to be running in place. The whole goal is for everyone to move forward and for the growth and the capacity of you as an entrepreneur, but the city as a whole to keep moving.
And so we have some tremendous opportunities. What else you got for me? What's the tea?
Yeah, so I mean, between Oswego, between here, I know Rochester, Buffalo, so the whole region right now is coming together, and that's what I'm saying. Like there's some powerful stuff getting ready to unroll. If you're interested in manufacturing or industrial work or housing, I can tell you those are the top three things right now, priority wise, from a funding standpoint. So even if you like yourself, George, if you're in the marketing piece, I would think about how could you partner up or collaborate with those three industries to build your business or another revenue stream. So that's a perfect example, right? So those three will probably be the leaders in the next year. Within now, moving forward for over the next year, they're going to be, their major priorities for the state again and shrinking it down to our local area, the city. So how could you develop your business to grow on a different level and think outside the box and how you can collaborate with those industries specifically to build your organization, your company, your hobby. This may not be, if you're a business owner, it may not be your, how do I say it, your livelihood. You may be considering being what I call an entrepreneur, or you may be a hybrid entrepreneur, meaning you have a full-time job and you have a business, right? Which a lot of us do have, and that's real. So that's another way for you to, try to take it to the next step. Is like, okay, let me start working with these manufacturers. There's an opportunity to get these guys on a radio station. There's an opportunity. People are looking for commercial real estate. People are looking to build all these things, all these connections. If you put yourself in those circles, and it's probably out of some individual's comfort zone. But if you put yourself in that room, I almost guarantee they're going to need your service. So, the service business is a need right now, wherever you are, whether you're an accountant, whether you're in marketing, whether you're in real estate. That's a high priority right now.
When I hear you talk about the opportunities, it's kind of like, and I heard this in my pastor talked about this in church last Sunday. No matter what's going on in Washington right now,
Yeah.
the real things happening and real lives of people are being affected. At the
Sure.
same time, you're talking about tremendous growth and opportunity. How do those two trains run? How are those two trains going to run? Is what I'm trying to say. Because that's happening, but you're talking about opportunity, which almost says, I don't want to use it. Did I? Well, my pastor will get me. I was going to say, F all of that other stuff. Let's just
Yeah.
focus on what. So, in some ways, is that the attitude you have to have?
Yeah, I mean, George, first and foremost, I come from a financial background in the sense that when the market's low, there's chaos, right? And right now there's chaos. That's what the administration is doing. They're throwing everything at the wall, and they really want to see what sticks, right? And a lot of us are taking action and reacting to everything, and we can't. We have to go about business per usual right now until we know what sticks. It's all talk right now, right? And the way I look at it is, here's my analogy. If you're in the market, you're already in the market, and the market is low, it's crashing. You're probably going to call me and say, I want to pull out. If you're not in the market and the market is crashing, you're going to call me and say, I'm in because now the price is low and there's opportunity, right? So you have to look at it from two different lenses, right? So when people call me and say, Oh, Jamar, I'm getting nervous, the market is down right now, I'm worried, there's some risk. And I come back with it and say, okay, if you weren't in the market, would you be looking to buy?
Hmm.
You would, right? So now is an opportunity. So there's some vulnerability out there right now. I look at that personally, just from the pandemic has taught me that more than anything is, vulnerability. If anything, it gets fed with resiliency, right? So if you're resilient, weather the storm, think outside the box, you're going to see that your business has actually grown and you're actually implementing things you would never think about unless you were put in that uncomfortable position. So, get comfortable being uncomfortable right now, right? You have to be because once you start to get comfortable, you'll realize that now you built all these revenue streams, all these relationships, and you're just like, it's that's when good things really start to happen.
I love it. I love it. Any more tea for us, Jamar?
That's all I got right now. I'll be honest with you, George. I have two, three, maybe four meetings a day, just about that right there, and that's hot on the press right now, right? That's hot, and I have a major meeting tomorrow to discuss that from a UMIA side. My organization really tapping into that and really making an impact. I can let you know some about a few organizations in the area, companies, larger companies that are actually funding and feeding into helping businesses develop and grow. Han Welding is one, Chimera Integrations is another, a third is Navi Law Firm. So, between those three organizations right there, we're talking about, they're willing to throw close to 100 grand at a project for UMIA just to help develop and build the sustainability of small business owners.
Love it. Love it. Love it. All right. How make the pitch for people to join UMIA, the Upstate
Sure.
Minority Economic Alliance, the new website,
Yes.
umia.cny. Bam. umia.cny. Go ahead.
Yes. So you know what? You got it right, George. I ain't gonna lie, but we just switched it to this morning to umiyacny.com.
Okay.
So no mix up there. But it's all good. If you go to any of them, they're gonna route you.
So
We're
why'd
actually
y'all change?
just you know what, for the flow of our emails. That's transparency. That's all
Okay.
that is. So, we're just trying to make it smoother and more
So what is it
uniform.
now?
umiyacny.com.
umiyacny.com. Got it. Okay.
Yes, sir. So your best bet is to go right on there. One, you can subscribe. Once you subscribe, you'll have some type of access to what's going on with Umia, more of a newsletter, kind of like informative, deal. But if you truly want to become a member, and really be a part of something, with technical assistance, with some true engagement and true opportunities. That's when you need to become a member. So Umia has definitely turned things around in the sense of we want to give you value and an ROI, return on your investment of being a member. So this is not a everyone can be a part of it deal anymore, to be honest with you. You got to bet on yourself and bet on us and say, you know what, I'm looking for that extra opportunity, that extra push, that extra leadway, so to speak, so then I can take my business to the next step. And that's really where Umia comes into play and say, listen, we got the tea. We got the tea. So we're gonna be proactive, not reactive. You're gonna be ready for whatever comes your way. So that's what we're going with.
Yumia got the T. Yumia is
Yeah.
NY.com. Jamar Clarke is the executive director and a great partner with Inspiration
Yes.
Nation. More to come as we get the tea, the real tea of what's
Yes.
happening all
For
across
sure.
upstate New York. Jamar, thank you so much.
I appreciate you. Blessings. Thank you.
Inspiration for the Nation.